Before I get into the video today, first I would like to remind you that most of you who are watching right now are not actually subscribed to the channel, so I would really appreciate it if you took a second to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you so much. So going over the spoilers for Thursday, September 2nd, we have the brand new set Innistrad Midnight Hunt. Now some of these did come at the last minute of September 1st, so we'll go over some of those first here. We have Arlinn the Pack's Hope, which, this being a flipped planeswalker, flips into Arlinn the Moon's Fury, which has this brand new mechanic here. I think we already knew there was going to be something new added to werewolves, or just flip cards from this set in general. But we have Daybound and Nightbound. So now there's an actual explanation as to why, if a player doesn't cast any spells, well, what does that do? You know, if a player casts 2 spells, then it's daytime. So for daytime, as it becomes day, transform all Nightbound permanents. If a player casts no spells during their own turn, it becomes night the next turn. And nighttime, as it becomes night, transform all Daybound permanents. Permanents enter the battlefield Nightbound. If a player casts at least 2 spells during their own turn, it becomes day the next turn. So this is something that affects the entire board, which I really do like. It actually makes it seem more significant, as this nighttime isn't just affecting 1 or 2 creatures or 1 or 2 permanents. So going back to Arlinn here, her +1 is until your next turn you may cast creature spells as though they had flash, and each creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. And her -3 is create 2 2/2 green wolf creature tokens. So not too bad, but when she flips into the Moon's Fury, the +2 becomes add red and green. And the 0 is until end of turn, Arlinn becomes a 5/5 werewolf creature with trample, indestructible, and haste. Probably something that's going to seem a bit stronger for standard. The next card here is something I think is going to be awesome in Commander, however. Saryth the Viper's Fang, 4 mana human warlock, legendary creature in green. Other tapped creatures you control have death touch. Other untapped creatures you control have hexproof. And she has an ability here of 1 mana and tap. Untap another target creature or land you control, a 3/4. So this has combo potential written all over it, and the first one that comes to mind is Viridian Longbow. Anything that gives a creature the ability to deal a damage to something makes it easy removal for a creature, and since your tapped creatures you control have death touch, all it really means is that when it taps for that ability, it's going to have death touch. Same thing for non-vigilance creatures that are attacking, they will be tapped when they attack, so they will have death touch. And even just having a creature untapped means that it has hexproof. I think this is going to be a pretty solid commander option. And of course, having a way to untap another target creature is going to be pretty significant too. Can't wait to experiment with this one. Now for the second, starting it off here with some of these comments, we have Howl of the Hunt. Flash enchant creature when it enters the battlefield. If enchanted creature is a wolf or werewolf, untap that creature. It gets +2/+2 and has vigilance. We have Snarling Wolf. Pay 2 mana, Snarling Wolf gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. We have Pestilent Wolf. 3 mana, Pestilent Wolf gains death touch until end of turn. Festival Crasher. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets +2 power until end of turn. And we get another reprint here in Unruly Mob. Whenever another creature you control dies, you put a +1/+1 counter on Unruly Mob. And here we get another flip card here. This is a Mythic Enduring Angel. 5 mana white angel. Flying double strike and gives you hexproof. If your life total would be reduced to 0 or less, instead transform Enduring Angel and your life total becomes 3. Then if Enduring Angel didn't transform this way, you lose the game. So it interacts with the day and night mechanic. So as we read before, the nighttime permanents would come into play if it's nighttime, meaning that if Angelic Enforcer here comes into play during night and not by transforming, you would just lose the game. So Angelic Enforcer reads, flying, you have hexproof. Its power and toughness are each equal to your life total, and whenever Angelic Enforcer attacks, you double your life total. So that right there is going to be pretty cool. I think for standard, very good keywords on the first creature, and then the flip side, you have a way to really crawl back into a game. And then we have Galvanic Iteration, 2 mana blue and red instant. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, you copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy and a flashback cost of 1 mana, blue and a red. Something I forgot to mention going into this set is that we would probably get the return of Flashback. I know it's a bit old, but 2 years ago in Commander 2019 we received 7, and that commander was all about Flashback, so hopefully we get a ton of support making that an even stronger commander. And then we have the card Contortionist Troupe, X and a green for this human. It enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters, and it has this ability called Coven. It's a brand new ability, where at the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 creatures with different power, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Stay tuned for later today. I will probably continue with more spoilers. If not, we will head on to the next day of spoilers for Innistrad Midnight Hunt. Thank you so much. I will see you next video.